Finally, to the historic first-ever Football League match at the Agra Stadium. Torquay couldn't spoil the party either, with Kidderminster 2-0 winners, watched by Graham Sellers.
It's Stuart Hadley, it's in! Kidderminster have scored their first goal in the Football League. It's Kevin Parker coming through for Torquay, must score. Oh, what a save by Tim Clark. Comes up to Barry Horn. What a goal by Barry Horn!
There's a lot to work on. And like I said, the lads, you know, if they want to be professional footballers, they've got to be positive when they come out, because this is where they earn the bread and butter at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, and some were wanting, or found wanting today.
We did get.
Now to Plainmoor, and a game packed full of drama. Torquay 1, Southend 1, with Martin Dean.
Oh, stretching for it, he didn't make it. This is Scott Houghton, chance for him, and he's put it away well. Now, is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Martin Carrella's then against Stuart Jones, and a great save from Jones. Away by Searle, only as far as Ashington. Oh, against the bar from the youngster. In towards Stocko, no room to get the shot in. Hill though can, and he scored.
But I didn't finish so well last year. Got in the position, but didn't finish. And this year, it's just thrown me right, and it's just gone in.
At Feetham's, Darlington. It was another disappointing day for Torquay. They went behind at Cheltenham in first-half stoppage time. Jamie Victory on target at that key psychological moment. Both sides had players sent off, and Torquay lost keeper Stuart Jones midway through the first half. It just wasn't their day, and the home side wrapped up the points with a second-half strike from Neil Howarth. That's it, the bank holiday and Tuesday night action.
They were trailing 2-1 to Blackpool before substitute Avian Williams scored both goals at the death. Earlier, Frenchman Habib Sissoko had scored his first goal for the club.
A Blackpool streaker helped Torquay somehow end up with all 3 points in the Battle of the Seasiders. Twice Blackpool took the lead, firstly through Brett Ormerod, his second in 4 games. Habib Sissoko equalised first time round at Plainmoor, despite claims for handball. But Richard Wellens put the Tangerines ahead again after an hour's play, sneaking up at the far post. With a minute to go, the Gulls looked to be out of it, until saviour Avian Williams planted in a second leveller. It gave Torquay hope they didn't deserve. And Steve McMahon knew that all 3 points should have been in the bag long ago, but worse was to come. The streaker meant 4 minutes of added time, plenty for Williams to get another. Even Torquay boss Wes Saunders admitted after the game they didn't deserve all 3 points. Steam was coming out of Mansfield.
Tomorrow night, as Hamish Marshall reports.
Torquay boss Wes Saunders was left fuming after their start at Brighton, which saw them 3 down within the first half hour. He was happier as goals from Kevin Parker and Jules Monday brought them back into the game before Brighton again took control in the second half. Saunders says he would make changes for tomorrow's cup clash with Gillingham if he'd some fit players to bring in. Plymouth Argyle need to start taking their chances.
Well, if you like seeing plenty of goals, go and watch Torquay United. But after that 5-goal bank holiday thriller at Plainmoor, they came crashing back to earth with a massive bump at Brighton's Withdean Stadium. The home side cruised into a 3-0 lead after just half an hour. Bobby Zamora, Gary Hart and Nathan Jones all on the score sheet before United woke up. Kevin Parker and Jules Mendy gave Torquay a lifeline as they forced their way back into the match. But it proved to be a false dawn as Brighton effectively killed off the game on the stroke of half-time thanks to a second strike from Jones. It was pretty much one-way traffic in the second half. Zamora grabbed his second after 64 minutes and he completed a well-deserved hat-trick 5 minutes from time. All in all, one to forget for Wes Saunders and his team. Well, not much better news for Plymouth Argyle.
The Priestfield Stadium a couple of weeks ago. First Division Gillingham arrived on a high after a weekend win over Wolves. Torquay still trying to come to terms with that disappointing 6-2 defeat at Brighton. So not the most promising signs for a cup upset, but stranger things have happened. Our man in the commentary box was Seth Conway.
Here's O'Brien. Holmes will have it back again. Holmes and O'Brien somehow managed to create the opportunity as Holmes delivers for Tony Badeau. Oh, it's a great header from Tony Badeau, his first game back, and he scored already. It was a fine cross from Paul Holmes, and Tony Badeau met it perfectly to plant the header past Vince Bartram. It's game on at Plainmoor. Well, Gillingham kick off, knowing that they have to get a goal and get one quickly. Here's Carl Asaba into the area, and Asaba shoots! And just wide from Carl Asaba. A little show of Gillingham's record signing, £600,000 he cost from Reading. He's got 3 goals already this season. Hope hits it forward, looking for Asaba. And over Asaba, also King. It's going to fall for Ty Gooden. And Stuart Jones scrambles, but he couldn't collect. And Gillingham have the equaliser. And it's Carl Asaba. The shot came from Ty Gooden. Stuart Jones scrambled, but could only palm the ball out to Gillingham's top scorer. And Carl Asaba took his 4th of the season with some ease. In strongly was Doolan. And O'Brien can find Paul Holmes. Holmes up to Kevin Parker. Parker back to Holmes. A decent ball in, but header away will come from Hope. Now Kevin Hill! And Torquay are back in the lead on the night. Kevin Hill received the ball and tucked it away for his 2nd goal of the season. Things are just getting interesting. It will be Mick O'Brien to deliver. In towards Jimmy Agri, there's Tony Badeau! And it's his 2nd on the night. And this tie is level, just 2 minutes into the second half. It's Torquay 3, Gillingham 1 on aggregate. Torquay 3, Gillingham 3. In comes the corner. It'll come for Marlon King, who can stand it up. Oh, and it's an own goal. Jimmy Agri has put through his own net, and he may have put paid to Torquay's chances of going to round 2. It's Torquay United 3, Gillingham 2 on aggregate. Torquay 3, Gillingham 4. Saba gets the flicked header. Marlon King is quickly onto it, pushes it past Jones and pushes it past the post. Chipped free kick in. There's Hope. And the second chance fell to Asaba. He couldn't take it either. Well, Chris Hope nearly ended Torquay's hopes. as that header came down, hit the post. And Carlos Arber be wondering how he didn't tap in the rebound.
No place then for Torquay in tomorrow's second round draw, but of course we'll keep you up to date with their third division progress. In upbeat mood after their midweek cup triumph over Gillingham, but they couldn't quite follow it up with victory over Lincoln. 1-1 the score at Plainmoor, where Tony Beddoe marks a return to fitness with his third goal in 2 games. Watching this one, Martin Dean.
Well, points may have been a little hard to come by so far, but no one could accuse Torquay United of lacking a sense of adventure. The last 3 matches have produced no fewer than 18 goals. That 6-2 defeat against Brighton last Saturday, sandwiched in between 2 3-2 victories here at Plainmoor. Alex Watson returns to that somewhat shaky Torquay defence this afternoon, having recovered from an abscess which kept him out for the last 2 games. And the header from Cameron was against the underside of the bar and somehow stayed out. Well, that's about as close as you can come without actually getting awarded the goal. This is Mayo. Cameron just inside him. He's gone for the shot. That took a little bit of a swerve and was well covered by Stuart Jones. Ball just looked as if it was swerving away from him then. Jones having to be watchful. Good catch. Curl towards the far post. Beddoe couldn't quite get up for it. Fell for Mark Ford. Put it into about row S of the Andercombe stand. Mayo looking to curl it in under the bar again. Again, Jones got the fist to it. Again, trying to get the shot in. Might get another opportunity. He's found a bit of space for himself. Good save again from Jones. Torquay not getting the ball away. And again, they had to be grateful to Stuart Jones. Peter Gain got away from Gary Neal. The opening was there, but it was well blocked by Jones. Walker then with the corner towards the near post this time, and it's been flicked in. Well, you got the feeling that the goal was coming, and it arrived from Dave Cameron. Well, the pressure telling in the end. Good corner in from Justin Walker. Cameron on the near post, and the header flicked past Stuart Jones. Lincoln take the lead. Herrera with the throw. Parker, little knockback for Agri. Played through the middle towards Beddoe, who made a good run. Now, is that a penalty? Or is that going to be a booking for Tony Beddoe? I think it is going to be the latter. Long clearance, Barnett underneath it. Herrera. A new point where that one had gone, came off the back of his head, but it's found Kevin Parker. And now O'Brien trying to get the shot in. It will come for Kevin Hill. He did well to get the angle on that one, Hill. The ball played behind him a little bit, and he had to stretch back for it. Couldn't quite curl it enough to get it on target. Giopoulos then with the corner. Curl towards that far post, and it was Grant Brown who got in with the header. Fortunately for Torquay, it was straight at Stuart Jones. Again, the corner not defended very effectively. Hill inside for O'Brien, needed to take it down first time. Now Beddoe, he's taking it off Hill's toe. He'll try the shot himself. Well, slightly more enterprising from Torquay's point of view. Still not getting their efforts on target. Forward to see him by the bands then, I think. Sturgiopolis. Played wide for Battersby. 2 men in the middle if he can deliver the cross. Sturgiopolis, oh, against the bar. Oh, and how did Jones get back to stop that one? Well, somehow Stuart Jones kept Torquay in it then. And I think Dave Cameron is still wondering how. Still the danger not cleared. Smith with a cross. This time Alex Watson can put it away. Well, that should have been number 2, really. It was Sturgiopolis who had the initial chance. His shot cannoned against the crossbar, and the goalkeeper at that point was down on the floor. It came for Cameron. The goal at his mercy. He got the header in right direction, but somehow Jones recovered. And that is a super save. Herrera. Hill with a little flick on. Bedo inside towards Parker, beaten in the air by Holmes. Bedo crushing his way through, still a deflection and it's in! Well, Tony Bedo will claim his 3rd goal in 2 games. Although, if truth be told, he was helped by the deflection. Deserved the goal, though. His sheer persistence got him into the shooting area. And once he let fly, poor Alan Marriott was wrong-footed by the deflection. And Torquay back in the game. And Paul Holmes again. Header away was from Barnett. It came off Mondy. Holmes will get another opportunity. Better cross this time towards Afian Williams. Couldn't quite get the header on target. Herrera. Oh, he's done well. Found a bit of space, and now he's found Paul Holmes. Again, looking to get the cross in towards Bedo. It was a spectacular effort, and it wasn't a bad one either. Very difficult to get the radar right from that sort of a position, but wasn't too far wide with that effort, Tony Bedo.
Seemed to take you a long time to get going today, didn't it?
It does. I don't know what it is. We've been letting in goals quite early in games, and like the gaffer changes it in the second half. And I don't know what happens, really.
I guess you've got to be pleased with your own performance today. Some crucial saves from you.
You could say that, but every goalkeeper is disappointed with every goal he lets in, regardless if people look upon it as their fault or not. Like, I'll look back at that and think I should have been there instead of somewhere else, in fact, where I was. Yeah, some crucial saves, I suppose, hopefully. Maybe we can stop the action in my goal mouth and take it up the other end, hopefully.
So there we have it, all 3 Devon sides in the bottom 3rd of the table, but encouraging signs that the situation may not last for long. All 3 clubs involved in Tuesday night action. Exeter go to Barnet, Argyle are at Shrewsbury.
In the electronic board just in front of Herrera there, just behind him, I should say. Mr. Bates hasn't as yet indicated the amount of stoppage time to be added on. Here's Tony Ellis. Platt in front of him, but Ellis goes alone and Jones had it covered. Herrera right into the path of Kevin Parker. Bedo's in the centre, if he can find him. Well, they've got a corner. It's the first corner of the game. Well, the trumpets are off again. Some kind of Mexican quartet, as this is Torquay's first corner. Away by Coleman. Back to Holmes. Oh, it's a good cross. There's Bedo. Oh, and he's missed the target when you would have put your house on him to score. Bedo with a free header, completely unchallenged, 4 yards out, and he should have buried it. Mornington. Platt the target. Holmes in there first, and it's a free kick. Referee Bates insisting it's taken from its original position, which it wasn't. Here's Watson, tackled by Platt. Alex Watson was half asleep there. Gary Neal picks out Mick O'Brien. Here's Holmes. Hill is there!
What a save! Coleman gets it clear. There's Herrera and he scored! Robbie Herrera struck it right-footed, and the goalkeeper's picking it out of the back of the net. How on earth Edwards got to Hill's original header? Well, heaven only knows, but couldn't do anything about Herrera's strike. First goal of the season for him. Torquay have at last curtailed the arrears. It's Rochdale 2, Torquay 1.
Lee Todd. Blake Croft, he's been a quiet man in this second half. Tony Ellis, beat to the ball by Lee Russell. A long turf forward and Parker's outstripped Bayliss. Chance here for 2-2. Good save though by the keeper. This is Coleman trying to pick out Ellis, and Monington's up there as well. Away by Hill. Todd picks out Platt. It's cleared by Kevin Hill though. Ford is in there as well, and it's a good pass from Ford, and Kevin Parker's outstripped the defenders again, but he's fluffed his shot.
I think we'll be saying this week in, week out, is that we've come away, we've started on our back foot, let them come to us, give two schoolboy goals away again, if you know, that's a term I have to use, and you can't afford to do that when you come away. But second half, I mean, I'll give the lads all the credit that they're due, because I was proud of them second half, because we had more than enough chances to go on and win the game at least 4-2.
Goal difference separating Torquay and Plymouth in the bottom third of the table. The goals at home to Halifax on Saturday. Argyle go to Cheltenham. Extended highlights, of course, here on Claymore. That was until Halifax came to town. The goals looked good for half an hour, but then it all went horribly wrong. Seth Conway describes the action.
Stoneman. Looks long for Kerrigan. Jones has come. Jones has lost it and then produced a fantastic save as Fitzpatrick drove the ball at his gloves from just a matter of inches away. Well, he made the mistake, but then he made up for it. Control comes from Jerry Harrison. He's battling away there, Harrison, but he's lost out. And now Mark Ford will look for the pace of Kevin Parker against Mitchell. Parker has that pace, and he's brought down, was he? The referee looked immediately to his assistant on this side. The assistant didn't put his flag across his chest to indicate a penalty, and the referee wasn't interested either. Morgan runs up something of an alley, and Ford will find Tony Badeau. Here is Badeau, and Butler made the save. Well, you would bank on Tony Badeau normally from that kind of range to stick it past the keeper. Tried to just lift it, but on this occasion it didn't work. Torquay haven't really created enough chances against the league's bottom side. Perhaps they might here as Neil looks forward for Kevin Parker. He's able to outrun Stoneman. Well, that's an intelligent ball for Paul Holmes. Tony Badeau's waiting in the middle. Holmes might not need him. Firmly struck shot from Paul Holmes, but straight into the midriff of Lee Butler. O'Brien bundled over. Torquay will have the free kick. O'Brien rolls it in for Badeau. Badeau given space to turn and shoot, and the keeper spelt it! And Torquay have taken the lead in this basement battle, and it's Kevin Hill with his third goal of the season. Torquay United 1, Halifax Town 0. Well, Badeau had the ball at his feet, was able to get away and shoot, and Lee Butler, all he could do was parry, and there was Kevin Hill first into the box and first to score. Fitzpatrick trying to run into space on the right, but pass is slow from Harrison. Now Stoneman. Fitzpatrick can hold it up well. He's gone for goal. Jones has lost it. And there is the equaliser, and it comes from Steve Kerrigan. It's Torquay 1, Halifax 1. Well, Torquay have only got themselves to blame. They shouldn't have let Fitzpatrick turn and shoot. He did. Jones stumbled, lost the ball, and there was Kerrigan to pick up the pieces, to the delight of the Halifax faithful behind the goal. Kerrigan finds Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick able to turn away from Russell and curl the ball delightfully into the top corner. That's a cracking goal from the former Manchester United trainee. David Beckham, eat your heart out. The flicked head up. One for Robbie Painter to chase. Gary Neal turning away from his goal, finding Mark Ford. It's a nice little touch over from Ford, but Bradshaw is able to get the ball through for Kerrigan. Kerrigan has gone down, and the referee has pointed to the spot. And Alex Watson, the Torquay skipper, Torquay's assistant manager, what's going to happen? Well, Kerrigan went down, Alex Watson caught him, and Watson has been shown the red card. Kerrigan had a sight on goal, and Watson just tugged away. This to make it 3-1 for Halifax, and Stuart Jones denies Steve Kerrigan. And Steve Morgan, he'll try and get the ball back into the middle. He's actually fouled. Fouls Chris Brandon. Well, should the man who has won the penalty take it, Steve Kerrigan did that for Halifax, and he wasted the opportunity. Arder can pick out Brass. Brass now to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick through for Jones. And Jones is offside. Although the ball went into the net, it won't count. Assistant referee had his flag up as soon as Jones was through on goal. Brandon, ball comes off the back of his head and runs nicely for him. He's turned inside Bradshaw. Chris Brandon. Oh, Butler. That's all he needed to do. Didn't take the risk of it spilling out of his hands, just used his fists, and the ball deflected away and out of the danger zone.
We've just been beaten by a bottom of the league side. It's very disappointing from the way we started. Alex's sending off didn't help. But the second half we looked lost and clueless, if I'm honest with you. But that's, you know, players taking responsibility on their shoulders. They know what they're supposed to do, they know what they're about, and they've got to produce on the park.
Disaster then in that basement battle for Torquay. They go to Scunthorpe on Saturday. Plymouth facing that must-win clash with Barnet, and points for both Devon clubs at a premium right now. Well, that's it. We'll be back at the... But if they can string another good run together, he may not have to wait too long for his first bottle of bubbly. Well, there haven't been too many champagne moments for Torquay United so far this season. Their injury-hit squad struggling to pose any kind of threat away from home these days. Graham Sellers was on hand to witness Saturday's 3-0 defeat at Scunthorpe.
This is the Icelandic man, Laursen, and it's back with Wayne Graves, but he's fouled, and off goes Steve Tully. Well, he might go all the way, Tully. He's into the area, tries a shot, and it's repelled by Nathan Stanton. Well, Steve Tully's on another excursion. Trying to flick it in towards Mick O'Brien. That one breaks down, and this is Peter Morrison for the iron. And someone with hot iron coloured hair, or rusted iron, is Gareth Sheldon. Young lad, 19-year-old. Lays it out, and Scunthorpe United trying to build down this right-hand side, and it's another corner. When Scunthorpe United failed to score at Playmore last season, it was the first time they'd actually failed to do so in 13 years, would you believe? They certainly are a bogey team for Torquay, and it's in again! This time it's Gia Power that heads past Ryan Northmore, and after just 22 minutes, That header goes straight past Northbourne. You'd expect the keeper to do better there. 1-0. It's a huge ball forward again, and Quayle and Gary Neal in a bit of a tussle, and the referee's whistle has gone again, and it's another Scunthorpe United free kick. There's Dawson, and it's gone straight past Northbourne. That's 2-0. Well, Torquay are a bit of a pushover at the moment. Andy Dawson swung in the left boot. The wall seemed to be all cockeyed, and it flew past the keeper, and that's 2-0, and it's too easy. Now this is Bjarni Larison. Tully, well, he's put it straight into the path of Wayne Graves. Might go all the way. It's a good stop by Northmoor, but it comes out to Bjarni Larison. Oh, blazing miss. Well, Steve Tully gave the ball away there, and Wayne Graves ran onto it. His shot was beaten away, but Bjarni Larison, well, the Icelandic star almost put that one in the car park. Bedell leaves it to Williams. It's blasted cleared by Dawson, and the referee has awarded a free kick, which Mick O'Brien may well take this free kick. Holmes is there as well. Looks like it will be an O'Brien curler, and Beddoe is there, and well, it was a terrific save by Tom Evans, but I rather think that Tony Beddoe should have scored that one. Huge kick there, and Tony Beddoe flicks on. This is Williams. Holmes. Keeper came wandering. O'Brien gets a head on it. Dreadful clearance by Stanton. Well, that was an elbow in the back of the head on Williams, and it went unnoticed by the referee. This is Gareth Sheldon. It's 2-on-3. Guy Pua is in the centre. Sheldon might go all the way. He's still there, gets a shot in, good save.